So this weekend at UFC Qatar, Arman Tsarukyan dominated Dan Hooker in the main event, and the next fight for Arman Tsarukyan, it has to be Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria and Arman Tsarukyan has to be the next fight at lightweight on the Paramount card at UFC 324. Not Paddy Pimblett, not Justin Gaethje. It's Arman Tsarukyan and Ilia Topuria. I know a lot of people are probably going to be like, "Oh, but we want to see Islam and Ilia," but that would just cause too many problems. That would cause way too many problems. Welterweight is full of contenders right now as it is, and like I said in my last video, Ian Gary it should be the next one for the title shot. And if Ilia Topuria moves up to 170, it would just cause a whole bunch of problems. People will just be held back. There's like four contenders at welterweight right now that are like deserving of a title shot. That like are in like contention, like or like literally just one fight away and they get a shot. Like with Ian Gary, literally should get the title shot next. And with Ilia Topuria moving up to 170, I get it would be literally the fight, like the fight, like the best fight ever made in UFC history. It would cause so many problems. It's not fair to the welterweight contenders who all are literally like close to a title shot. And if this fight happens, they're gonna have to wait a long time for their shot. But so Arman Tsarukyan just beat Hooker. So let's do Ilia Topuria versus Arman Tsarukyan. That should be next. Ilia should not move up. This fight itself is still a banger of a fight to make. Both like Arman Tsarukyan and Ilia Topuria is I'd be just as excited for this fight than an Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev fight. Arman Tsarukyan and Ilia Topuria are probably like two of the most skilled lightweights to ever like be in the UFC. I get it. Ilia Topuria has only had one lightweight fight, but you saw how skilled he was fighting Charles Oliveira in that fight when he KO'd him. And Arman Tsarukyan, every time he walks in the octagon, he literally looks like he could be the greatest lightweight of all time in the future. His skill is amazing. Put these guys together, incredible wrestling. Both have really good hands. We know Ilia is the better boxer, obviously, but Arman still has incredible power. He has still incredible hands, big power in his hands. It would be a great fight to watch. And this needs to happen. Ilia Topuria and Arman Tsarukyan, we need to see this for the lightweight title at Paramount on the first Paramount card in January at UFC 324. This would be a big fight. I know a lot of people want to see Islam and Ilia. I get it. Pound for pound number one, pound for pound number two division champs facing off each other, two people who won two titles in two different divisions, and a third belt would be at stake if Ilia fights Islam. He can get his third title if he fights Islam. There are a lot of things at stake in that fight, big fight, but still we cannot make that happen. And Arman Tsarukyan and Ilia Topuria is the next fight to make it lightweight. We need to do this. It'd be better to do this fight. It's still a big fight, and it would save welterweight from contenders being on the sideline waiting for a title shot. This fight is a great one to make. The next fight we gotta make is Paddy Pimblett, Justin Gaethje. Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje. This one has to happen in the lightweight next as well. The winner gets a title shot no matter what. Justin Gaethje, I don't know if he's still talking about if I don't get a title shot, I'm gonna retire. Like, come on. We like Arman Tsarukyan now is literally like he solidified himself by beating Dan Hooker the way he did, taking no damage in that fight. He should be fighting Ilia Topuria next for the lightweight title, not Justin Gaethje, not Paddy Pimblett. They should be fighting each other. Paddy Pimblett, I get it. Like his last win is Michael Chandler. Get it? At the time, it was a good win. He dominated Michael Chandler, got the number 7 ranking, but that's not good enough for a UFC lightweight title shot. That's not good enough. He needs to have one more contender, and Justin Gaethje is a great contender to get that. Justin Gaethje's number 4 or 3 in the division, and if Paddy Pimblett could beat him, no matter what, like a decision or a really dominant finish, he'd be getting the title shot next. Same with Justin Gaethje. I get it, like because he just doesn't deserve it either. I get it because he did fight. He did take the fight with Max Holloway. He did take the fight with Dustin Poirier. He beat Fiziev before that when Fiziev was on the come up. But he lost to Max Holloway. He got KO'd. Was out for almost a year. And then he took the Fiziev fight on short notice. Good win to come back. Beating Fiziev again. But that's just a Fiziev who was on I think a 2 or 3 fight losing streak should not make you get a title shot. It's like what I said with Kamaru Usman in my last video. Kamaru Usman beating a Joaquin Buckley after being inactive in a bit of a losing streak should not get you a UFC title shot. Justin Gaethje that's all Justin Gaethje needs. It's all they both need. Just one more fight, and these guys get the title shot. No matter what happens with Topuria or Arman, this fight, the winner of this should get the title shot next. Just one more fight. Gaethje doesn't need to fight 2 more. I think just if he beats Paddy Pimblett, he's next. If Paddy Pimblett beats Justin Gaethje, he's next. That's how it should be. And this fight would be a banger. I was really pissed off when this wasn't true. Like, remember, I don't know if you guys remember, but there were rumors this was happening at UFC 319, the Duplessis versus Chimaev card. And I was like, oh, yes, if this fight happened, that'd be amazing. And when I found out it was fake, I'm like, oh, come on. This fight is a big one to make in the lightweight division. I don't like how Justin Gaethje is saying he's going to retire if he doesn't get a shot. This fight would be a banger, and if he wins, he'll get the next shot. Please, this needs to happen. This Paddy Pimblett, Justin Gaethje needs to happen next. Dan Hooker. So Dan Hooker, the thing is though, he's gonna need some time to recover from the Arman Tsarukyan loss. His face was very swollen. And I think the fight he should come back to is the winner of Benoit Saint Denis and Mateusz Gamrot. I get it. He already fought Mateusz Gamrot before, but first of all, Benoit Saint Denis and Mateusz Gamrot's unofficial. And like a couple videos ago I made, I said that should be the next fight at lightweight: Benoit Saint Denis, Mateusz Gamrot. And I would say put Dan Hooker against the winner of Charles Oliveira, or like the loser of Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway, because that would also be a banger of a fight between Dan Hooker or either of them. The thing is, though, Dan Hooker, when he got to the top 5, it wasn't like the best. He basically robbed Mateusz Gamrot to get in the top 5. A lot of people thought Mateusz Gamrot got robbed in that fight. And Dan Hooker just got a number 1 contender fight right now and got submitted by Arman Tsarukyan. So I don't think like he should be getting a Holloway or Oliveira fight. I don't think he should be fighting up the rankings after that. And he should get the winner of Benoit Saint Denis and Mateusz Gamrot if that fight happens. I get it, he already fought Mateusz Gamrot, but what else is there? What else is there? Maybe that's what would happen. If Benoit Saint Denis, let's say the Mateusz Gamrot and Benoit Saint Denis fight, Benoit Saint Denis, if he wins that, then they'll do a Dan Hooker fight. That's what I think they'll do, a Dan Hooker fight. Because Dan Hooker needs to recover, and this fight, and Benoit Saint Denis and Gamrot were not damaged in their last 2 fights. I mean, their last fights, Gamrot did lose to Oliveira. Benoit Saint Denis did just beat Beneil Dariush by a 16-second knockout. They're not that damaged. They can fight pretty soon, and while they're fighting, Dan Hooker can recover. And if Benoit Saint Denis wins, make that happen. The Gamrot one, I'm not sure about. I'm not sure if they're going to run back the rematch. I would say it's good for Gamrot to redeem a loss that he had, even because again, a lot of people thought Gamrot got robbed in that fight, and Dan Hooker didn't deserve that win. And I think that would be a pretty good rematch. But the thing is, though, I don't think the UFC is going to do that if Gamrot beat Benoit Saint Denis. That's when they're probably going to do Dan Hooker and the loser of Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway. That's only if Mateusz Gamrot, let's say, just gets through Benoit Saint Denis, which I think has to be the next fight. Just makes sense. Benoit Saint Denis just beat a Beneil Dariush in like 16 seconds. I don't think that should boost him up too high. And Mateusz Gamrot lost to Charles Oliveira, so he's gonna have to fight down. That makes sense. That fight to make. Dan Hooker is going to be healing. Like, Dan Hooker should be all healed up after this fight happens, if it does. And yeah, like I said, Benoit Saint Denis wins, do Dan Hooker versus Benoit Saint Denis. If Gamrot wins, there's a possibility the rematch might happen, or they just might do Dan Hooker and the loser of Oliveira and Holloway. So yeah. So that is the end of my video, guys, today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and peace out.